Maruk Inayat's got more details. Maruk, charges have been filed. What more details do we have?
Well, at this point, a couple of things, Shiv, that the viewers need to know. One, it's a 2,900-page charge sheet, like you just mentioned. This is over 12 volumes. This is based on the new Criminal Amendment Act of 2013, which makes it even more stringent. Now, a couple of things that we need to remember. One, what was the evidence that has been prima facie used by the police in this case, and also as part of the charge sheet? Now, in terms of the evidence used is one, the email that was sent by Tarun Tejpal to the victim. Second, the deposition that was made or the testimony of the victim.
Yes.
Also, what the police are looking at or investigating are all the emails that were sent by the victim to various employees, including the managing editor of Tehelka. That's one. Apart from this, the CCTV footage, and this is over 400 pages that the CCTV footage has been described, and from what we are being told, that it was seen, and remember, there was no camera or CCTV inside the lift. We know there were some outside, and what we have seen is, or rather what the police are saying in their charge sheet is, that the victim did get out of the lift and apparently seemed to be in fear, and Tarun Tejpal followed her soon after. So this is conclusive evidence and not circumstantial evidence, as the counsel of Tarun Tejpal was saying.
So the news is really tightening in that case, Maruk. So far, there have been several, different angles to this particular story. Now it's much more focused. This is really closing in for Tarun Tejpal now.
Absolutely. I mean, Shiv, look at the charges. All the charges that had been imposed on him have been mentioned in the charge sheet.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read out some of them. One is sections 341, which is wrongful restraint, 342, wrongful confinement, 354A, sexual harassment and outraging the modesty of a woman, 376, that's rape, and under various sections of the Criminal Law Amendment Act, which I said of 2013, which includes 376-2, that is rape by a person in a position of control or dominance over a woman.
Yes.
And 376-2, which is rape by a relative or guardian or a person in position of trust or authority. This has come now under the new amendment that has been made to the Criminal Act. And remember, this makes it even more stringent and very, very difficult for Tarun Tejpal, who is in judicial custody right now in Goa. Very difficult either to get out of jail and secondly to be able to fight these charges. Shiv.
Well, real trouble for Tarun Tejpal. He's been in jail for a while now in Goa. I want to go across. Maruk, stay with me. Vikas Mishra joins me live from Panjim. Vikas, just take us through the events we've seen so far. You're in Goa. What's the latest that you're picking up on the process that will be followed now?
Shiv, right now, Goa Crime Branch has prepared a charge sheet which consists of around 2,872 pages. There are 12 volumes of the whole charge sheet, which includes charges under 376, which is rape, under 376-2K, raping a female and who were under your supervision, and sexual assault, criminal intimidation. These are all charges which are part of the charge sheet, which is being filed by Goa Crime Branch and brought to the Goa Principal and District Judge. And in also the Goa Court will be accepting, and it will be official, the charge sheet will be accepted by the court. On the other hand, there was a petition which was filed by Tarun Tejpal, where he asked the court to allow him to be physically present during his bail application, which is tomorrow. And right now, what I have learned from the legal fraternity was talking here on this case, they are saying that it's likely that Tarun Tejpal might get bail because the Goa High Court has given him permission tomorrow to appear in the court while the bail application will be heard. He is right now in judicial custody till 24th of this till 24th of this month, and right now since 30th November he was arrested, he is there in the jail. So in a while the charge sheet will be accepted by the court, and all the charges which was there in the FIR has been put in the charge sheet as well. Sure.
Just tell us, just give us a sense, because of what else is there in this charge sheet. We understand that a large part of the evidence conforms to telephone calls, SMS messages, the statement from the from the complainant, as well as several other people from Tehelka as well. There has been some forensic investigation as well. Just take our viewers through the nature of the contents of the charge sheet.
To put things in perspective, Shiv, the main part of the charge sheet, the evidence which talks about, the main part of the investigation is the CCTV footage which they have occupied from the lobby of the five-star hotel in which the event also took place. And after that, the victim's statement is most probably the main part of the charge sheet. And after that, Tarun Tejpal's daughter's statement, as well as statement of Shoma Chaudhary, who is former managing editor of Tehelka, is the main part of the whole charge sheet which will be filed. The main, there are 132 pages, which includes the statements of more than 120 people who have been whose statement have been recorded by Goa Crime Branch, and there is also the charges which was made by the Goa investigating officer Smita Sawant. There, she said that she was intimidated and she was threatened by Tarun Tejpal. So these are all part of the charge sheet, and on these basis the charge sheet has been filed, and Goa Crime Branch will be having a press conference around 4 p.m. where they will be disclosing the further part how will be the particular case further.
Vikas, stay with me. Maruk, over the last couple of months, the Goa police has travelled to and from Delhi. They've spoken, to the victim's mother. They've spoken to, other colleagues in Tehelka. They've spoken to some of her friends who were, apparently also quite closely involved at that time, because, they were people who the victim had actually sort of spoken to and made phone calls to right after the incident had actually happened. So the charge sheet's going to be a pretty detailed breakdown of what happened.
Absolutely, and what you mentioned, Shiv, is part of the circumstantial evidence largely, and this is a 2,900 page charge sheet which clearly is divided into 12 volumes.